It's very bespoke and what we offer, and in the years we develop a very big portfolio of specific projects that we do with Formula One teams, but also with other teams. So we are very blessed with a number of clients, including Formula One teams, and we see sustainability as an holistic things for them. So for example, we work in different way with different Formula One teams. Some of them, we actually help them to achieve the FIA accreditation that is very similar to the ISO 14001 framework for corporates. So we're looking at their environmental management system, how employees go from and through work. So they all usual suspects in corporate company. But for other, for example, we also look after innovation project. So recycling carbon fiber has been quite a big piece that we have been trying to help them. So in order to achieve a bit of circularity within the car or within some of the marketing material. So we have looked at other aspects like biodiversity. For example, Williams F1 is on a very green area where the Chalco River runs through, and the Chalco River is like a protected river. There are only 212 in the world, so we are looking at how we could enhance the biodiversity around that, but also how they could protect the river that runs through their ground. We look at social project for them. So for some of F1 teams, but also some of the World Endurance team, we have looked at how they could actually help schools and girls to get into STEM, to try to organize days at the track and some coding activity. So it's we have helped them, I would say, with every little piece of environmental, social, and governance. And what we do is a very bespoke service where we actually get in the team, see what they've got. Some of them may have a corporate social responsibility strategy already, so we develop them to be a sustainability strategy, so embedded environmental and governance piece. Some of them may have already got the environmental part round up because they may have already the ISO 14001. So we look at other aspects as, for example, carbon fiber and materials, or at their social responsibility part. So it's very bespoke and what we offer. And in the years, we develop a very big portfolio of specific projects that we do with Formula One teams, but also with other teams. Supply chain is indeed a very difficult subject to tackle, and is one subject that need to tackle very well if companies, including motorsport company, want to reach their net zero targets. There are a number of work that we have done within the Formula One teams, for example, in terms of procurement and supply chain. We build code of conduct and surveys, and as we are very quantitative, data-driven company, we really make use of the data to assess the supply chain. I recommend everybody to do a questionnaire and actually to study the answer. And I guess those data are a bit like in a F1 race, the strategy data. You got lots of data at some point, and you just need to make sure that the strategy that you apply will make you win the race. So that is a bit how we see the supply chain. Lots of information from them, trying to tear them up of who has got who already started the road to net zero and who hasn't started it, and then giving them the tools for actually to achieve those targets. One of the things that we always forgot is that for example, in motorsport, some of the supply chain are really small company, 2 or 3 people, individuals, and for them would be very difficult to tackle those specific target to arrive to net zero. But if they don't do it, then the corporates, the big company, the F1 teams cannot do that. So giving them the tools to be able to do that is quite an important thing, but is also a great testament of how big corporation or F1 teams could actually drive the transformation through a sustainable world itself. And I think the piece on the data is important because it's like what everybody is doing in the supply chain. It goes other company to engage with them and other company that dictate what they need to do. What we have done in motorsport that I think is much more fair, because it's specifically because we got really small companies that are involved. It's kind of like go on the route as we do a data collection and a questionnaire with them, see where they are, and then decide how we can dot the road for them. So tear them up. Who already started, then it's kind of like it's a completely different way that we treat them. And who has not started is really starting from the beginning and giving them the tools to be able to understand why they want to do that. For business to identify how they contribute to climate change, the easiest things to do is a data taken, is what is called carbon footprinting. And so it's calculate the carbon footprint with scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3, and particularly paying attention to all the category of scope 3s. And then from those data, they can identify hotspots and where they can improve and the data reduction map. And therefore, once they know what they can reduce, they also know what they cannot reduce, and then they have to mitigate. So again, is the usual piece on data, and motorsport is very good in analyzing data and finding solution to achieve the goals that they want to achieve. And this, I think, is one of the fantastic pillars of also innovation consulting. Is like we are a data-driven company, and everything should be done on data and assessed on data, as carbon footprinting assess through the data where is the big impactor and contributor of each company.